Is it that time again, you guys? So are you hearing me okay? Just testing the sound. Are you guys hearing? Okay, good. So today is just a little conversational thing. I'll just be chatting with people in the audience, in the chat box, answering any questions you have. Obviously, you are more likely to get your question answered with a super chat because there's quite a few people in here. Things do get lost and everything. So, yeah, so if you want a guarantee that I'll see it, then that's the way to go. I'm not even sure if I spelled guaranteed right, but hey, hey. So it's good to see. There's 50 of you in here, so that's a good turnout. Like we're growing, and I really want to take a moment to celebrate that. Like it's been in a bit of a slump recently, what with the COVID-19 situation. Probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Going to get demonetized now, but no big deal, right? But yeah, given what's been going on and everything, channels hit a bit of a rock. So I'm really pleased to see that we're getting new subscribers now, new viewers. People were really enjoying the Sonic replay series and everything. There is more of that to come. I would love to see you guys. What would you guys most like to see out of a replay of Sonic 3D Blast or Sonic Lost World? If you want to just go in the chat there. And then that will kind of determine which of those two Sonic games I will do next. So, yeah. As for Soldier66, you've got the first question. Why were there two streams? There were two streams because this is my first time doing this on Streamlabs. And the first time I did this, it came up with an error. It said unable to stream. So I think that's what that was, but I have deleted the other stream. So, oh, it looks like we're getting an overwhelming amount of love for Sonic Lost World. And hey, that's a new feature. We can now show who's subscribing in real time. So, yeah, congratulations. Well, thank you. So, yeah, no, we'll do Sonic Lost World next in that case. I would love to tell you a little bit about, what's to be expected on the future of the channel. Just kind of sound off with you guys as well about what to expect in the near future. Is there a Kevin in here? Because right now Kevin is, according to this, our stream boss. So everybody congratulate Kevin, look up to Kevin. I'm not sure if Kevin is a Streamlabs bot or not. Again, my first time doing this with this software, so do forgive the confusion. Thank you, Tommy the Border Collie, fellow home dog, for subscribing. That's awesome. You're awesome. Thank you very much. So, yeah, also massive thanks to SpyroKit and Biotin Arts who donated to our Ko-Fi page, or is it Coffee? I don't know how to pronounce it. But basically, it's all in working towards a target of getting The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild so that I can talk about that game for you guys, because that's been highly requested ever since the Mario Odyssey video, which really pleased to see the reception on that one. The Mario fan base seems incredibly chill. Like, I basically went out and sassed the design of one of the world's most beloved mascots. And I didn't get complaints. I got people saying, hey, try this game out. This one's my favorite. So that made me really happy to see, Like, that is... You get a lot of fan bases that can be very highly strung, I guess. So it's a relief to see that that's not one of them, So in the future, I will be doing more videos on the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Spider-Man. The reason being is because you might have noticed I have deleted previous Spider-Man videos. The reason being, they're outdated perspectives now. The way that I have done those videos is not a way that I am particularly fond of now. I think things do need updating. Hey, hey! Thank you, Gino, or Geno, or Geno. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but thank you so much for the £1.99. Much appreciated. Very British live stream, as you can tell. We're doing this in GBPs. So... Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we're going to be redoing a lot of those old Spider-Man videos, updating them, giving them a nice coat of paint with the animation and everything. The Spider-Man costume that, I wear in these videos now, that will be in there. And we'll be shedding some more well thought out light on those movies, as opposed to the incredibly impulsive attitude that I've had towards it in the past. So that's one thing that's going to happen. Obviously, we've got the what was it? A Sonic Lost World video in the pipeline, which you guys really want to see. Channel Pup, do you want a Corona beer? Fun fact, it was the night of Brexit, and coronavirus wasn't quite the big deal it is now, but it was gaining some traction in the news, and that night, me and Liz, we got some Corona beer from Sainsbury's, and funny enough, that same night, there was a fire in my apartment block, so we just kind of sat outside just watching stuff unfold, basically. People gathering outside. There was basically one fire in one of the apartments, and the fire had long gone out, but the sprinklers were still going. Hey, Nerdden! Hey, buddy! Thank you so much. Let's see what you've said. Thank you for releasing so many videos such as Spider-Man and Sonic. You are a huge inspiration towards my channel. Well, no trouble at all, buddy. And it was great having you in the Amazing Spider-Man video. I really liked your perspective and everything, and you are always welcome here. If you wanna work together again or something, you're more than welcome. I would love to hear more of your perspective on that, because I really love your channel, guys. Nerd Den has a channel. Go check it out. It's a really great channel. Let me get a link to that, and I will pop it in the chat if I can. Hang on. YouTube. I'm not even sure if I can access the chat via Streamlabs, but yeah, you guys are really gonna dig this joint. Hang on. Go to YouTube Live Dashboard. And now we're going to look for Nerd Den. In the meantime, while I wait for that to load, bandwidth, right? Let's take a look at some more of these comments. The Elfinator says, ain't been here in a while, comrade. How's it going? Going very well, thank you, buddy. How are you? Obviously, we've got the obligatory furry comments. Can you make more Doctor Who videos? Asks Mr. Oosh. I might do. Updates regarding Doctor Who do not come thick and fast, unfortunately. We rarely get any updates regarding that, so because it takes so long for them to make it at this point, we go whole years without a season, so there's not really much to talk about. But when there's news, I'll definitely be on board with that. Alright, now YouTube's loaded. Silly Willy Nerd Den. Come on, YouTube. That's the thing, this live stream is hogging up the bandwidth. Adzinko, did you post this channel? If you did, that's amazing. You absolute legend. Thank you very much, buddy. Absolute king status. Yeah, no, so where was I? Alright, let's see. Channel Pup, tell me, what the fuck was The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Good question. I made a pretty positive video about it. That doesn't mean I feel positively towards the movie, but, I mean, everything has things to like in it, right? Do you want Toby back as Spider-Man as a voice? I think, yeah, as a voice performance, that would be the only way to really go with that, I think. I think a B role in Into the Spider-Verse 2 or something, that'd be a great way to go, I think. The only way to go, I think. What do you guys think? What do you think of the DCEU right now? The funny part is, the thing I'm looking forward to most about the DCEU isn't necessarily the future of it. It's the Zack Snyder Justice League. That is what I'm looking forward to most next year, I think. As well as as well as MCU Spider-Man 3. The thing with MCU Spider-Man 3 is my favorite Spider-Man villain ever, who I've been waiting for my entire life, Mysterio, has just been done. So it's like there's almost nowhere to go but down, you know? So I don't think I'm ever going to be as excited for a Spider-Man movie ever again as I was for Far From Home, but I'm looking forward to that. But for now, I give my most anticipated movie event of 2021 to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm bloody stoked for that, you know. Let's see. What else have we got? What else have we got? Ah, Oliver's voice. An old pal. Thank you, Elfinator, for subscribing. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so Oliver's voice. Great to have another live stream. What was the reason behind animating your avatar in different costumes depending on the topic you were talking about? Well, basically, I always try to make my content better. I always try to keep it moving, keep it going and stuff, because there's always going to be ups and downs on YouTube. And there is a business aspect to it at the end of the day. There's a lot of ups and downs. You want to make the downs as small as possible and make the highs as long as possible. If that makes sense. Did I say keep the downs as long as possible? Hey, Kodo8, thank you, buddy. I'd love to see a tour of your Animal Crossing New Horizons island. Well, there's lots of ways of contacting me. You can contact me via email address. Maybe we could check Dodo code someday. But yeah, no. So basically, yeah, I'm always wanting to improve the content, and I figured too many still images, people aren't going to want to watch, you know? They're not going to want to keep watching if it's just still images over and over again. And I realize there's kind of a podcast value to it. But I don't just want to settle for podcast value, you know? I want to make good content, and I thought the animation was a way of getting kind of a cutting edge for this channel. So that was it. And the different outfits was just... Well, once I got one going, I was like, hey, why not make lots of different outfits for him? Keep it fresh, you know? Keep it regulated. Ioman says, how do you feel about Sonic Team not following up on their promise of Sonic news every month? I do understand that with... but right now, that's kind of back to normal. They haven't said anything. I mean, it's not back to normal yet. I'd like it to be, but it's not. But the thing is, I do feel there's more that could have been done. If there really is a game in progress, even if it's not ready to show off yet, I wouldn't mind having just a little bit of information, a few tidbits, you know, maybe some artwork or something. There's really no evidence that they're working on anything right now. Thank you, Landon Richardson, for subscribing. Just something, you know, they could have given us they could have just given us some concept art, and I would have been fine. I would have been happy with just a little bit, but it is what it is, you know? Like, it'll come when it comes. I would rather they take their time with it and make something good. It's just, they allegedly took their time with Sonic Forces, and that definitely doesn't feel like the fruits of a 4-year effort, so that's unfortunate. Oh, here's a good one. Sujal asks, is there a sequel planned for Marvelous Tales of Spider-Man? Absolutely. Thank you for subscribing, Universal Gaming. Absolutely there is a plan for a sequel to Marvelous Tales of Spider-Man. The Marvelous Return of Spider-Man was recently announced on Twitter. This was always intended to be kind of a two-part thing, but I think you'll find that the second part is really going to bring you some clarity as to certain writing things and plot holes that happen in the original. I'm not denying that those are plot holes, but we're building off of that a little bit in the second one to kind of... Because I realized that there was a story there to be told. There's lots of unanswered questions with that first one, and the answers to those questions could be really interesting. So that's kind of what we're going with. I'm being vague about it deliberately because I'm not ready to release any more information yet. I guess I'll give you one thing. The Green Goblin is still out there. So take from that what you will. Let's take a look here. What was everybody saying? Favorite Raimi Spider-Man villain, asks Double A. Whew, that's a question. That's a question. Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. You can't beat him. He's a force of nature. He's crazy. I love him. I love me some Dafoe. Adzinko asks, Pup, are you ever going to give Iron Man Armored Adventures a chance? Depends what you mean by chance. I did watch Iron Man Armored Adventures when I was younger, when it first came out. And it's entertaining enough as kind of a reinvention for like a young demographic, but I'm not big on it. I find it a bit distracting how different it is from Iron Man intrinsically. Iron Man, in my eyes, is an adult. So, but yeah, you know, not big on it. It's alright. I think the animation's fine. Reminds me a little bit of MTV's Spider-Man in terms of the way its animation looks. But it's okay. It's alright. You know? Yeah! What's my dog's name? His name's Toby. Thank you, Mizo Beats. Let's see. I'm doing well, thank you, Jacob Below. How are you? Heartbeat City says, Pup, are you going to give the Batman 2004 show a watch? That's a really good question, because I didn't give it much of a fair crack when I was younger. I grew up on Batman the Animated Series, and obviously the Batman is quite a departure from that. And you can't really expect everything to be on the quality of Batman the Animated Series. Am I right? That show is just incredible. But I saw Brown Table's video on the 2004 The Batman, and it was very persuasive. It was very, very persuasive. Like, it looks good from what he said. So I would be game to give it a rewatch. You know? I'm starting to think that Kevin the Stream Boss is literally just a placeholder. So, okay, little bot Kevin, little botski. We'll see how it is. Dalek Khan asks, what would be your perfect Spider-Man movie? I would love something set in the 1960s in the winter, when it's all nice and snowy out. Big cinematic shots and stuff. Like, while I love MCU Spider-Man, this would basically be the antithesis of an MCU movie. Big stylized affair. Big on the 1960s thing. Just a really beautiful, visceral-looking movie, you know? Something very visually stimulating. A little less wordy than your average MCU film, you know? Supersonic Adventures says, Sonic movie sequel predictions. Well, we know we're definitely going to see Tails in a bald version of Dr. Robotnik with his iconic moustache. But other than that, I don't know what to expect. I would imagine hopefully maybe the Death Egg could make an appearance. Looking at the questions. Spider-Boy says, Channel Pup, what game you want it to be remastered? I want... If they're gonna remaster Sonic games, I don't just want a Sonic Adventure 1 remaster. Not enough. Give me Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 as a collection. Remastered. Make it beautiful. Make it shine. Make it prettier than even the prettiest Sonic game we've got these days. New character models. Just really give it a good overhaul. Make it the most beautiful thing that anyone has ever done. And then that'll be my game of the year. No question. The best game ever made by humans. Period. Wolf Cool asks, do you like George Clooney or Val Kilmer's Batman? Yeah, I do. I actually like both of them. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying that they are successful interpretations of Batman by any stretch. Because Clooney doesn't portray the sort of gruffness that's necessary for the world's greatest detective, you know? He doesn't have that gravitas. He could. If he was in a different movie, he absolutely could. He'd be great. Absolutely. But, not in this movie, so I don't think we really get a fair impression of Clooney. As for Kilmer, I thought he was fine. I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought he was good. You know what? Kevin, get the fuck out of here, Kevin. All right, so The Imagination Network says, what do you think of the Robert Pattinson batsuit? I have not finalized my opinions on it yet. I think it's a really nice batsuit. Like, I like the body stuff that it's got going on. Really great. The cowl, I'm not sure about. We've seen pictures of the stuntman in the cowl, and we don't know if maybe that's reflective of what the cowl is going to look like in the end or not. It's quite bubbly at the top, and the ears ride in on the head quite a bit. Then again, it's just a stunt mask. I get the feeling like it could be padded so that if he falls off his his motorcycle, so he won't splatter his head everywhere and look like a meatball, So if it's more fitting to the head, then it's the creme. It's not my favorite. My favorite is going to be the Ben Affleck one. I'm pretty sure, just on a conceptual basis. That suit is beautiful. I love the Ben Affleck batsuit. It was the first suit in a very long time to give us the classic grey on the batsuit, and I'll always love that. The new Robert Pattinson one, definitely more of a tactical look. It looks kind of like Arkham Origins meets Batman Noel, which, I dig it. But, oof, did you hear that? That was my knuckles. I'm definitely going to die. But, yeah, no. I like the suit. Yeah, it's a nice suit. Pretty suit. Pretty. What else is everybody saying? Oh, this is a little awkward. Tommy the Border Collie says, Channel Pup, a really good thing about your channel is that you don't accept stupid sponsors for Raid Shadow Legends that people, including me, hate. It's not the only thing that makes your channel good. I have done sponsorships in the past, though. But generally, I don't find them to be beneficial, and it does generally halt the video structure quite a bit. So it's something the thing is, a lot of people, they need to make the extra income. And that's understandable why they would turn to things like that. Understandably, I'm not going to judge him for it. But it's not something I plan on doing anywhere in the near future. So that's it. Lovely. Let's take a look at the other questions. Someone asked about what is your favorite DC animated movie, and I have an answer for that, and I can't find who wrote it. I will answer it. I just feel bad for not naming the person. How could I not name the person? Where have you gone, Mr. Man, Mr. Guy Man? Or maybe it's woman, Miss Lady Woman, or maybe something in between. Who knows? It doesn't matter. My favorite animated DC movie is Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and it's my favorite DC movie in general. So, yeah. All right, let's take a look at this one. I've seen this one before, so it's one I haven't answered. Jack Hamilton asks, do you think the Joker in the Rob Pattinson series should have a Hannibal Lecter type of role? That could be really cool. Like, no doubt, that could be really, really cool. But I don't want to see the Joker just yet. Give us 10 years or so without the Joker. Or maybe one last Joker that's kind of so good that we can leave it at that. Because I haven't been very big on the recent Jokers. I didn't like the Jared Leto Joker, and I wasn't big on the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Sorry, it's just how I feel. But he did a good performance, no doubt. They both did great performances. But I'm not big on the whole thing of the Joker being kind of a juggalo, and I'm not big on the whole thing of the Joker being sad society man. So just maybe one more, just to reestablish the Joker as this crazy boy that's, super sadistic. Then again, we've had that with Cameron Monaghan, so I'm game for a good 10 years without the Joker. Let's see, what's everybody saying? What is my favorite food, asks Spidermark789. That's a lovely question, thank you. I like steak. Steak cooked barely cooked steak. That is my favorite. Let's see. What do I think about Birds of Prey? Asks AB. Right, so, I didn't see Birds of Prey until quite recently. I only did videos kind of on the stuff surrounding it, the pointless controversies and the assumptions being made. I've now seen it, so I can tell you guys what I think of the film itself. It alright, I guess. I quite liked it. It's got a lot of niggles, a lot of things I'm not very fond of about it. I really wish that Harley Quinn was not the main character of the movie. Because I like the other Birds of Prey. I think Black Canary's a better character than Harley Quinn. I think Huntress is a much funnier character than Harley Quinn. Renee Montoya is fine. Cassandra Cain is not. That's not Cassandra Cain. But like, other than that, the movie's alright. It's alright. Black Mask was pretty cool. It kind of shifts a lot between, oh, it's such a funny, quirky movie, and kind of, okay, let's have a scene where someone really tries to take advantage of a drunk Harley Quinn, and Black Mask is trying to force a woman to strip on the table. Creepy. Yeah, weird movie, but it alright, it okay. Choreography's not very good. Like, you can literally see people just standing there while other guys are getting beaten up by Harley Quinn. It's like, why are you not going in to fight? Just don't even have them in shot, you know? But they're in shot. You can see them just standing there. It makes it worse. Okay, well. Yeah, Jacob below, I have also had steak tartare with the raw egg on top. It was definitely unique. I liked it. I liked it enough. Oliver's voice says, what's the likelihood that Cameron Monaghan could be offered the Joker role in a movie? Personally, I think it's really unlikely, but I'd love to hear your take. Again, yeah, very unlikely. The thing with comic book movies right now is they tend to steer as clear from previous interpretations as possible, even if it means to the detriment of the film itself. One exception to that would be J.K. Simmons returning as Jameson. But, like, I don't think that's going to happen in a live-action movie. However, a DC animated universe movie, absolutely possible. Absolutely. Absolutely doodly. Landon Richardson asks, what do you think of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Well, of course, it's a masterpiece, you know. It's just, there's not much more I can really say on it other than it's a masterpiece. It is that good. It is that good. Right, I'm going to be taking a very brief break just to go get a drink. I will be right back. The stream will stay up. Guys, don't run away. I'll be back to have more chat with you soon. So, see you soon. Hello, I am back. Let's see what is happening in here. Haha. Let's see. What do you think of the villains that are supposedly going to be in the Batman 2020? I think it's a good selection. Awfully similar to ones that got the main focus in Gotham, though. Like, obviously, we got Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. They were very explored in the Gotham TV series. And funny enough, this movie will be spawning a Gotham TV series once again. How awesome is that? That's great. So, yeah, anyone else get problems with hay fever? Like, yeah, I hate it. I hate hay fever. Oh, well, I see you guys were planning on having a big argument in here. How wonderful. Soldier66 asks, should they cancel Sonic and let his corpse rest to make a new IP, instead of making a new gameplay style? Like, people want Jet Set Sonic because it's Sonic, instead of actually making Jet Set Radio. No, don't rest Sonic. Sonic is the Mario Buster. Let's not admit defeat this soon. Come on, guys. What the hell? First name, last name asks, what's the worst season of Gotham? It's between 5 and 3, I would say, but more 5, just for the missed opportunities. A lot of missed opportunities in season 5. Yeah, you guys know the struggle. My hay fever home dogs. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Pup, what Batman games do you own? I own Arkham City, says Tommy the Border Collie. I've obviously got all of the Arkham games. And I had Batman Vengeance, but no longer do. And I had Batman Rise of Sin Tzu and Batman Telltale Season 1. So they're all great games. Spider Sonic the Batman, great name, says, Pup, please answer, what is your favorite non-Sonic Sega game ever? The thing is, I haven't really played any non-Sonic Sega games, to my knowledge anyway. I think Chakan was a non-Sonic Sega game, and that was pretty good. I played the James Pond games when I was younger. They were alright, they were a bit weird, but they were fine. I played the Iron Man 2 tie-in game that was made by Sega, and that wasn't actually as bad as everybody said it was. Well, in my opinion anyway. I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. A little underwhelming. I think the issue is, like, so much of the gameplay is indoors, and Iron Man thrives the most when he's outdoors, when he can really fly around and stuff. You can't really do that when you're in indoor environments, but hey, the big upsetty. If you were in charge of making a comic continuation of Gotham, what would be the story? Asks Dr. Bacon. Oh, well, it would definitely revolve around Joke Man getting his penis cut off. That would be a big part of it. No, but it would definitely be involving Joke Man for the definite. Like, he's just so, like, creepy looking. Like, how can I not want to see more of him? Georgie, Georgie Mamalashvili, asks, best and worst Spider-Man film final battles. I think the best one is, I'm going to say Spider-Man 3. Just for how, like, climactic that is. Like, oof, amazing. Worst one? The Amazing Spider-Man 1, I would say. Yeah, that would be my opinion anyway. Let's take a look. Yeah, I had Iron Man PS2 Amazing 61, and I thought it was actually pretty good. Ryvac says, Channel Pop, do you think you will touch upon Riverdale? Oof, even though it doesn't have supernatural or inhuman abilities, it's based on the Archie comics and it has had crossovers with Marvel and DC. My girlfriend likes Riverdale. I couldn't get through 3 episodes of it. It was just, oof. That is the opposite of what I want to see on a TV show, you know? But I'm also not into the CW DC superhero universe either. Just not a big CW kind of guy, you know? You know? Status Prune says, make a fan film about Joke Man and Bobakin. No, Bobakin is banned from this channel. He said mean things about me in his last live stream. The meanie. Well, he owns a coffee machine. Rich man. No, I love him really, but Richard Rothwell says, hey pup, I love your content. Thank you, buddy. What was your thoughts on Enigma's character arc in Gotham? One of the best ones, but I think it definitely reached its peak in season 3, and they struggled to find a place for Ed afterwards. But I think up until season 3, I thought he was a spectacular character. The best of it was in season 2, much like the rest of the Gotham series. Season 2 was a shining season of television, in my opinion. Great stuff. Oof. Have you seen animated Marvel films like Invincible, Iron Man, and Ultimate Avengers? No, Heartbeat City. I haven't seen them. To tell a truth, I'm actually a bit behind on the DC animated universe as well. So, yeah, it's like animated TV shows are more my forte when it comes to those than animated movies. Even so, still not that much. Kuda the Gamer says, do you have a dog? I had one. He's in that little picture frame there. He was the best dog ever. And that's what the whole thing is based on. So no, I'm not a furry. But that doesn't mean I don't like furries as people. Like, I don't have a problem with them. It's none of my business, you know? Let's see. What's everybody saying? What is the best and worst of MCU movie, says Janie A. The best one. This is going to piss people off. I like Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh boy, there's going to be a horrible comment section. The worst one, The Incredible Hulk, in my opinion. Will there be any more creepypastas for Halloween, asks Amazing61. Yeah, if I can find some good ones that, you know, people are going to be interested in, absolutely, you know. I covered a lot of the best ones, or the best worst ones, last year. But we'll see how it goes. I'll try and have something interesting for Halloween, definitely. I do like to try to make interesting seasonal specials, but it's kind of a limited basis on here, it seems. Gino asks, what do you think of Five Nights at Freddy's? I played it when I was much younger, and it was pretty spooktacular. Pretty spooktacular. Yeah, me and my friends played it in the dark one time. It was a good time. Tommy the Border Collie says, Pop, launch a public Discord server and put the invite in the descriptions of your videos. Generally, I struggle with big Discord servers. I know that there's a lot of skills that you gain along the way and a lot of help from admins and stuff. But a lot of the folks that I've, you know, had as admins and mods in the past have been very busy people anyway, so they haven't really had the time to necessarily work with me on it. And so I generally try to keep any Discord small, which is why it's patron exclusive. But like that's just my reasoning. Plus I am a evil capitalist. Dalek Khan says, who is a more sympathetic villain, Two-Face or Mr. Freeze? It depends on versions, but I would say Mr. Freeze, personally. Like, Mr. Freeze is great. He's my favorite Batman enemy besides the Joker. Let's see. Rourke Films asks, will you get back to your own reimagining of Spider-Man? It depends if I have any ideas, to be honest. Like, I've kind of just put out the ideas that I had, but I would have to have a think. And this stuff takes time. If I have ideas, I'll absolutely put them out there, because I love doing those things. But I don't have anything right now. So, once I have something, I'll definitely bring it to you for you to consume. And everyone will be very happy. Oh, that's no big deal, Jacob Below. It's all good, all in your own time, buddy. No worries. Mr. Osh says, what is your favorite Doctor from Doctor Who? I like a lot of them. My favorites are between Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant. I've also got a lot of love for Peter Capaldi. In before people were like, what, no classic Doctors, an absolute atrocity. I do like the classic Doctors, just those ones are my favorites, you know? Dr. Bacon says, I recently rewatched all of Jeremiah's Gotham episodes, and with the exception of the finale, I thought he was really well written. He is. It's more well written than people necessarily give it credit for. I still prefer Jerome. He's the OG. He's the original Joker, you know? And it's kind of like, once you got that second one, it's just not the same, you know? It's just not quite the same. But whatever, he's a well-written character. I like what they were going for. Should Spider-Man cameo in the eventual Fantastic Four movie, or should that be saved for a sequel? I'd be game for him to make a little appearance or something. Or maybe have them make an appearance in his movie. You know, because the Avengers are gone, essentially. And I would quite like to see them go into maybe Spider-Man and his his great sort of friendship with the Fantastic Four, but not necessarily working relationship with the Fantastic Four, because they wouldn't pay him. That would be funny. I would be game. That would be game. Janie A asks, what you cast as Miles Morales if he's in the MCU? I don't know who I would necessarily cast, because it needs to be someone young, and I don't really know many young actors. However, I think one way they could go about having Miles Morales in the MCU would be if they actually did commit to Spider-Man's secret identity being out there for Peter Parker, and then they could introduce Miles Morales as like a more traditional Spider-Man whose identity is a secret. That could be a really cool way to go, I think. Have two Spider-Men in that universe. I think they've left themselves open so they can do that, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they consider that. What is my favorite soda? Asks AB. I really like Dr. Pepper. I think that's pretty great. I do like Pepsi. I like Pepsi more than I like Coca-Cola. So yeah, those are about the favorites, I think. I like Mountain Dew, actually. That's what I'm very fond of. Very sweet, you know, very sweet. Makes you need to poop, but like it's a pleasant drink for sure. Let's see. The Doctor Gamer asks, what do you think of Batman Begins? Been a very long time since I've seen Batman Begins, and I do intend on doing a revisit, because I do want to do some videos on the Batman movies that I haven't already covered. I think it's good from what I remember. I definitely prefer the Batman Begins Batsuit to the Dark Knight one, I would say. And I mean, it was pretty revolutionary for its time and everything. It definitely got Batman off of the ground again, so that's good. I haven't seen The Lighthouse, Jacob Below, no, but I really want to see it. I really want to see it, because it looks good. I like Robert Pattinson. I like Willem Dafoe. I would love to see them opposite one another as Batman and the Joker, but I don't think they're ever going to do that. Some people say Willem Dafoe's too old to play the Joker, but I can imagine the Joker being a bit older. You know? They could do that. Georgie asks, will you do a top tier list of the best and worst Venom incarnations, including games, movies, and cartoons? I probably don't know enough to warrant that, but what I will say is in the S tier would definitely be PlayStation 1 Venom. He's the best. Can you believe that he's voiced by Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents as well? Crazy. Let's see, what's everybody saying? Dalek Khan asks, what is your favorite Batman the Animated Series episode? Heart of Ice, undoubtedly. That episode is just pure feels. It's a great episode. It's a cliche to pick, but it's popular for a good reason. You know? Mr. Roche asks, what do you think of Rick and Morty, and will you do a video on it? I've seen a couple of episodes, and it's good. It's really good. I was... I hate to say it, but I was put off by kind of the fan base a little bit. It's like you just mention it, and they just come at you with the wobble-up-a-dub-dub and stuff like that. I'm like, these catchphrases out of context are not funny. And it makes it sound like the show is going to be unfunny. So I kind of went into it expecting it to be this very catchphrase-driven show. Pickle Rick, you know. And I was surprised that it wasn't, and I was happy to see that. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good show. Really good. It's got a lot of momentum to it, and the humor definitely hits. So, I want to see more, sure. I want to see more. Justin Lego Production says, it would have been nice if Batman could have a suit that looks exactly like the Begin suit, but being able to turn his head. I would say, like the Begin suit for the body section, I guess. I don't like the cowl on that suit. Not just because he can't turn his head, but I just think those Nolan cowls look kind of goofy looking, in my opinion. I know they're supposed to look more like a demon, but... not big. Not big on it. Status Prune says, can we please get a full film about Joke Man getting his signature prosthetic pee-pee? You know you want it, man. Oh, we all want it, yeah. We want to see that movie. We want Joke Man's prosthetic pee-pee. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Dankster says, what's your all-time favorite superhero without powers? Batman. It's a cliche, but Batman. Oh, boy. Oh, hey, multi-voice reviewer. Good to see you. 10,000 subscribers with one video says, Pup, what's your favorite video game ever? Oh, boy. I think it's probably Sonic Unleashed. Probably that. But maybe Sonic Adventure 2. Or maybe Spider-Man PS4. Or Arkham Knight. Or Animal Crossing New Horizons. Or Happy Wheels. I'm a complicated guy. Emerald World LP says, this question might seem like a slight joke, but have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? What is your opinion on it? You know, I want to see some more anime stuff. My girlfriend's a huge theater geek. She loves Les Miserables. They did an anime of that. We watched that from start to finish. And it really did show how great an anime can be. So I kind of checked out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And once again, the music's great. The animation is really great. Not as pretty as the other one, but like still nice animation. It truly lives up to being bizarre. I've only seen one episode, so I can't claim to know. But it was good from what I saw, and the fact that it ends with one of my favorite songs ever, yes, Roundabout, not even just because it's a meme, just because that song is an absolute powerhouse of a song. Like, my God, I could vibe to that. Yeah, no, like, that's definitely, it's a bonus, you know? Yeah. Tokaizugu says, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, says, how do you think the Snyder Cut should handle any possible mirror reshoots should they need to? I think Warner Brothers are going to stick with Amber Turd. And they shouldn't, because she's a bitch. But business, isn't it? You know, there's no soul in it. There's no soul left in Hollywood. I don't know. I don't think they're going to reshoot any of those bits. I think anything that was there has already been shot. I think either way, you could cut her out of that movie so easily and it would make no difference. And there's going to be people asking, what did she do wrong? She was very abusive towards Johnny Depp, shattered his finger, shat on his bed, withheld medication he needed. You know, just an awful, awful person. Let's see, what's everybody saying? Oh, hey, thank you, Tempo Toppers, for the subscription. Thank you kindly. Gino asks, what is your favorite Spider-Man suit? Oh, are we talking movies-wise? If it's comics, it's the Ditko suit. The red and black with the web pits. Beautiful. The thing of beauty. Mwah, the creme. The big round spider logo on it. Just beautiful. I love it. Movies-wise, the closest we've got to that is the Far From Home, which I love. And I also love the Raimi suit. So it's a cross between those two. Yeah, put it between those two. Yeah. Let's see. Jacob Below says, what are your thoughts on Aardman? Yes, I love me some Aardman. I like their shorts the best. I like their Wallace and Gromit shorts. I love those. And, what was it? Creature Comforts, wasn't it? Yeah, I like that. Dalek Khan asks, have you seen the animated Harley Quinn show? I was watching it with Liz, got about halfway through it, and then the pandemic happened, and she had to go back to her home country. So I kind of don't feel right watching it without her, you know? What I have seen, I can say, is awesome. I really like that. Galactic Pig 003, I love that name. It's just very satisfying to say. Says, have you seen Doom Patrol? If so, what do you think? The only Doom Patrol I've seen is that one crossover episode they did with Titans in the early half of Season 1, and I thought they were the best thing about it. And yeah, I'm game to see the rest. So I'm planning on watching the rest. Absolutely. Have I seen Stargirl? No, not yet. Not yet. But I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good stuff. A little bit apprehensive about the fact that it's now being produced by the CW. I don't know if the alleged quality that I've heard about is necessarily going to sustain under the CW. Spoiler alert, it won't. But, fingers crossed. Hope for the best. Check out that first season. I will. Yes. Justin Lego Productions says, what do you think of Microsoft buying WB Games Montreal? A very big power play is what that would be. Because WB Games Montreal are making the Batman games. There's the upcoming Batman Court of Owls video game. And then you got PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, if I have to choose between the two, which I do, because there's no way I can afford both an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5, I'm picking the PlayStation 5, because Spider-Man is just getting started. Whereas Batman, we've had an amazing quadrilogy of games, and I'm happy to leave it there. Arkham Knight is a fine ending, but Spider-Man has only just begun. So give me Spider-Man. Yeah, give me PlayStation 5. Creative Gaming says, do you think the Ayer cut will change people's minds about the Jared Leto Joker? I really hope so. I really, really hope so. I want it to change my mind because I'm not a big fan of the Jared Leto Joker. I want it to change my mind. A lot of what he said on Twitter is very persuasive. It's very persuasive. The question is, would there still be the club scene where the Joker kind of sells off Harley Quinn? You know, the big handsome hunker scene. That is the worst scene I've ever seen of anything ever in my entire life. If that is still in the movie, it can only be the worst movie ever. I really hope that's not still in the movie. Jesus Christ, what a scene that is. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. AB asks, is SpongeBob Creature from the Krusty Krab good? Haven't played it. The only SpongeBob games I ever played were Battle for Bikini Bottom and the movie game, which were great. I love Channel Pup. Please subscribe to him. Asks Channel Pup, what inspired you to start your channel? I just wanted to make stuff, and I kind of thought I could use this as an opportunity to get a career going because I hated my job and I hated my manager because he was a prick. What was his name? Richard Baker. Yeah, he was a prick. Camden Williamson says, "Do you know about Godzilla Mendoza?" Of course I do. I love that channel. He makes great content. My favorite video of him is the one where he's making the Spider-Man costume. Because it's really entertaining and really informative, and his sense of humor bodes well with that kind of video. What's the worst title? Venom, Let There Be Carnage, or Birds of Prey and something 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 Harley Quinn? Asks Georgie. Oh, definitely the Birds of Prey one, because I actually like Venom, Let There Be Carnage as a title. It's old school. It's nice. I like it. Let's see. Creative Gaming says, what job did you have? At that time, I was working as a rescue coordinator for a vehicle breakdown company. I had to take calls, and you get people in different situations. Some have just popped a tire, some have broken down on the motorway and have trucks coming at them, and it would be on me to send out recovery agents to help them out and everything, and take their calls. The job itself wasn't bad. I could take that just fine. I'd rather do that than retail, but the people managing it made it awful. You wouldn't get your holiday granted to you if you booked it in the dark ages, and they would just treat you like dirt. I overheard one of their meetings, they were like, oh, the minimum wage numpties. Like, well, maybe if you paid us more, we wouldn't be minimum wage numpties, would we? Prick. Let's see. There's a lot of questions here, and I can only see so many. So if you do want to get your thing guaranteed, the super chat does help to do that. But as it stands, I will really try and, keep an eye out. Odd question, but do you like fish? Asks Gino. No, I'm not a fish eater. I think tuna is fine. I think cod is fine. But other than that, I don't eat fish. Let's see. Thank you. $1 million question. How did they get Martin Scorsese to voice Puff Daddy Sykes in Shark Tale? I think they probably sold him on a better movie than it was, I reckon. Like, no one knows that they're making a bad movie when they're making it. It's only once it's done. Well, usually anyway. Unless you're Derek Savage. But then again, he doesn't know because he's just oblivious. Are you excited for Marvel's Avengers game? Asks Creative Gaming. The more I'm seeing of it, the better it's looking. I'm still uncertain as to how the game is going to necessarily carry the weight of what it is. There's a lot to do there and a lot of different play styles, and without making it kind of a generic play style that they will kind of share to a degree, it's going to have a lot on its plate. I would hope that they do individual character stories as opposed to, okay, this level you play as Tony, this level you play as Natasha or whatever. Like, I would hope that they do kind of more the Sonic Adventure thing, where you kind of switch through different stories for, devoted stories for certain characters. Because otherwise, it's a lot to keep switching between, Dankster, I haven't yet seen The Boys, but I will see it soon, I think. Jacob Billow says, favorite flavor of ice cream? I like the Ben & Jerry's chocolate brownie. But I also like the cookies and cream. But I also like the fish food. It's not actual fish food for anyone that doesn't get Ben & Jerry's. It's like chocolate fishies. But it's great. It's great. Colin B254 says, what do you think about Keaton returning as Batman? I love Keaton's Batman. I'm hoping that they do go down the Batman 89 route as opposed to him just playing a different Batman. But we'll see, you know? I think it's a good opportunity. A lot of Batman though. A lot of Batman. Gino says, what are your thoughts on weird side of fandoms? I need to know what you mean by that. Because there's lots of different kinds of weird. I think in the case of, like, you know, the shippers, the Rule 34 artists and stuff, these are just kids discovering themselves. And, you know, they're going through an embarrassing, confusing time in their lives. And, you know, drawing naked pictures of Sonic the Hedgehog is their way of kind of discovering a little part of themselves that they haven't properly discovered yet. And it'll even out. Eventually, they'll move on from Sonic the Hedgehog to human beings. I would imagine that's what's going on anyway. As for weird side, well, you mean like racist Doctor Who fans? Because you see those all the time. They're like insects. You got to fight them off constantly. What was it like Sonic Adventure when they have different stories and playstyles in the Avengers game? Well, if they did, yeah, Sonic Sam asks, yeah, what was it like with Sonic Adventure when they had different stories and playstyles in the Avengers game? What I mean by that is, like, in Sonic Adventure 1, you don't switch character to character from level to level. You have devoted stories for every character that culminate in, like, a final story. I think that's the structure they could take on for the Avengers game. I think that would be a great way. Yeah, Council of Geeks, hello! Glad to see you here. Says, isn't Sonic always naked? I mean, it's just shoes and gloves. Well, I would imagine it is believed that he does have a retractable penis. I would imagine. I don't know. Like, I just think in that universe, nobody has any genitalia because it's a kid's thing. But, like, some people have interpreted it as it is indeed an intractable penis. Retractable, not intractable. Heck. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Oh, Azinko, I really hope not. I hope not. Simna Lenun says, what would make the perfect Sonic game? I want something 3D with momentum-based physics, with lots and lots of platforming, and lots of opportunities to roll around. That's just something I would like. It needs the homing attack, obviously, because in 3D it's hard to jump on enemies. But, you know... The Doctor Gamer says, what classic Doctor Who monster would you bring back, and why? I think the ones that I would honestly bring back have already been brought back, to be fair. I think there's still stuff you could do with Omega, but I believe the creator of Omega rescinded the rights from the BBC, so that Omega could be featured in his K9 cinematic universe. Try saying that with a straight face. But, yeah. What's my favorite scary movie? I like Child's Play a lot, Creative Gaming. I think that's probably one of my favorites. The original Child's Play, but I don't get the hate towards Seed of Chucky. I think it's really satirical and really funny. Oh boy, Council of Geeks. Bringing us the hard truths. If you could tuck it out of the way, that I completely consider that a positive attribute. I mean, good for him, if that is the case. Good for Sonic. But I think that in the universe of children's shows and gaming and stuff like that, with animated characters, they do not have genitalia. They just don't have it. None of them do. Don't make fun of them. It's you know, they're not made with it. Daniel Lima says, who is your favorite Robin? I'm mainly basing mine off of Batman the Animated Series, but I thought Tim Drake was really plucky, but I also really like Dick Grayson as well. Those two are my guys. Jason Todd goes on to have an interesting story, but he's a little brat, isn't he? I can see why people wanted him dead. Did you know that, actually, the whole, you know, Under the Red Hood story where he gets killed by the Joker, that was a vote. They made people vote back in the day. Do you want Joker to kill Robin? and people voted for them to kill Robin. Oh, it's so sadistic. I love it. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I love people. I love democracy. Let's see. Creative Gaming says, are you excited for the Child's Play TV show? I believe that is set in the world of the original Chucky movies, isn't it? And if so, then yes. I still haven't bought myself to watch the recent Child's Play reboot because that's not Child's Play. I'm sorry. The AI thing, that is not Chucky. Chucky is Charles Lee Ray. He's a murderer. He was put in the doll by Voodoo. You don't need to give me the techno babble. We get it. You're relevant. But don't give me the Wi-Fi garbage. Screw you. But Mark Hamill was an inspired casting choice. What was the name of the original guy? He had a really cool name, if I remember right. What was the name of the original Chucky, guys? Someone give me his name. He was terrific, though. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was. Okay, no one's answering me. Never mind. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look it up. Who plays Chucky? It's gonna bug me. Brad Dourif. That's it. That's why it's a cool name. He's a Brad. Everyone called Brad is cool. I know a few Brads. They are cool guys. No, the actor's name isn't Charles Lee Ray Yosh. Oh, you guys are confused. You guys are confused. There we go. Emissary's got it. Good to know we can always count on you, Emissary. Don't make promises you can't keep. But those are the best kind. Oh, Brad Dourif. Never mind. Okay, Brad Dourif, not Brad Dourif. Yeah. Another one of those ones with a strange pronunciation, like Duvid Mazouz. Even though it's spelled David, it's Duvid. Alright, thank you guys. I think maybe there's a slight delay on the chat in here, in Streamlabs. Maybe that's why I can't necessarily answer these things in real time. It is what it is. It's okay. It's okay, Yosh. Don't punish yourself, buddy. It's all good. It's all good. I like the name. It's like half of Yoshi. Movie blocks, yeah, it was. It totally was. That's why I was doing it. I'm doing it just to heck you off. Oh, it's warm in here. It's warm. Very warm. I'm gonna go put on the AC. It is that time again. Boo, I'm back. Let's see now. Georgie says, do you watch Spider-Man YTPs made by Spider-Site? Is he the guy that does things like the Rent Pursuit and stuff? Because if so, yes. And it's great. Jacob Below says, would you say you get too hot or too cold more easily? Too hot. I am terrible at regulating body temperature. I get very, very warm and can overheat incredibly easily. So, yes, not a good way to be. I like the winter months more than like the summer ones. In winter, you don't get hay fever. So that's a plus. That's a plus. Dr. Bacon says, if you could change the Arkham Knight's identity, who would you pick? This was the most frustrating thing in the world for me, to be honest. Because when it was announced, they said he's a brand new character. Completely brand new. And that's what I would do. They're like, brand new, made for the game. And everyone's like, it's Jason Todd. It's Jason Todd. And I was like, you fools, do not listen. They said it's an original character made for the game. And then And then they just proved that there is no such thing as an OC. The rude bastards. But still, it was a good means of getting the Red Hood story told again with an element of surprise. So, eh. J Fighter says, favorite Gotham season? Season 2, I think. That's probably the most entertaining season of TV I've ever seen. So, we will be wrapping up shortly. Finishing up because we're heading for an hour and a half. But it has been fun, you guys. I have enjoyed spending a little time with you. This is in the place of a video for today. If I can't think of a video, I guess I'll do a little live stream, just chat with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, gonna be wrapping up now. So thank you all for coming. I'm gonna read a few more questions as and when they come. But other than that, we're pretty much finished up. Okay, Tommy the Border Collie says, Pup, what is your favorite breed of dog? Favorite breed of dog would be the one that my dog was, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. They're just great. They are so enthusiastic and so affectionate. They're great. They are great. Thoughts on Spider-Man PS4? Amazing. One of the most entertaining games I've ever played. I love it. Alright, yeah, looks like everyone's wrapping up now. So thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. Links to my social media feeds and things like the Patreon are below. Every little helps. You know, I'm a little strapped in the recent months for anything like money and stuff. A little bit of a struggle to make ends meet, but you know, as long as I'm getting the views in and stuff, I'll be fine. But obviously, if you want to lend a hand, the Patreon link is below. And